Make my girlfriend feel bad at work? I'll make you feel bad about your ring. My girlfriend Sarah was working this job with animals that was basically backbreaking work. Like, she'd come home covered in dirt and scratches, completely exhausted. But the worst part wasn't even the job itself. It was this woman she worked with named Jessica. Jessica was the kind of coworker who makes you dread going to work. She'd show up late, dump all the hard tasks on Sarah, and then somehow take credit when the boss was around. Sarah would come home almost in tears some days talking about how Jessica left her to handle 6 animals by herself while she sat in the break room on her phone. I watched this go on for months. Sarah would be so tired she'd fall asleep on the couch at like 7 p.m. still in her work clothes. Jessica was making her life absolutely miserable. Then one day, Sarah comes home and tells me Jessica got engaged. Apparently she walked into work that morning waving her hand around, showing everyone this ring her fiancé got her. Okay, cool, I'm happy for her. Congratulations, Jessica. Except it didn't stop. Jessica started bringing up her ring in every single conversation. Someone would be talking about the weather and Jessica would somehow make it about her ring. Oh, I need to be careful in the rain. Don't want to get my ring wet. You know, my engagement ring, the one my fiancé bought me. Sarah would come home and tell me Jessica's ring stories, how she spent 20 minutes in the break room explaining the diamond specs to everyone, how she corrected someone who called it pretty when she wanted them to say stunning. This went on for weeks. Here's where I got an idea. Sarah and I had been together for about 3 years. I was already planning to propose. We hadn't talked about rings at all because I wanted it to be a surprise, but now I had motivation. I started going to Sarah's work functions, company barbecues, holiday parties, that kind of thing, and I would just listen to Jessica talk. She loved talking about her ring. 1 carat diamond, gold band, SI1 clarity, color grade G. She basically gave me a full gemological report every time someone new walked in the room, so I took notes, mental notes, and then I went ring shopping. I found this jeweler who was super patient with me, asking a million questions. I told him exactly what I wanted. Platinum band because that's stronger and rarer than gold. 1.7 carat diamond because I wanted it noticeably bigger. Color grade D, which is literally the highest you can get. VVS1 clarity, which means you basically can't see any flaws even under a microscope. The cut was the fun part. I chose this specific cut that makes diamonds extra sparkly, like catches the light from across the room kind of sparkly. The jeweler called it exceptional scintillation. I called it the Jessica Destroyer. Was it more expensive than I originally planned? Yes. Did I care? Not even a little bit. A few months later, I took Sarah on this long weekend trip to the mountains, rented this cabin with a view, made her favorite dinner, did the whole proposal thing. She said yes, obviously. When we got back, Sarah went to work the next day. I told her to show everyone in the break room during lunch, so she did. She walked in, announced we were engaged, and held up her hand. Everyone crowded around going crazy, hugging her, asking to see the ring up close, the whole thing. Then Sarah told me later she noticed Jessica in the corner just staring. Her face went from confused to shocked to absolutely furious in like 5 seconds. Jessica stood up, looked at Sarah's ring one more time, and literally stormed out of the room. Sarah heard her crying in the hallway. One of the other co-workers went to check on her and came back saying Jessica was having a moment. From that day on, Jessica never mentioned her ring again. Not once. Whenever someone would ask Sarah about wedding planning, Jessica would suddenly remember she had to go do something in the other room. And according to Sarah, every time Jessica saw her ring, she would literally scowl, like full-on angry face. Sarah quit that job a few months later because she found something way better. But before she left, I told her the whole story. How I specifically designed her ring to be better than Jessica's in every possible way. How I went to work functions just to gather intel, all of it. She looked at me and said, "That's absolutely terrible." But she was laughing when she said it. And then she looked at her ring and said, "But it is really pretty though. I have no idea what happened to Jessica. Don't know, don't care. But I do know she spent several months having to look at a ring that made hers look like it came from a gumball machine. And honestly, after what she put Sarah through, I'd do it again in a heartbeat."